All right, in this video, we're gonna go through installing the skid plate on the T474. Now, before we start, I'm gonna show you what you're going to get. So, you're going to be getting the skid plate itself. You're gonna get 4 of these hanging brackets. Now, this bracket's got a nut on it, and the skid plate is going to mount with these. So this bracket is going to go up onto the tubing underneath the machine, and it's going to hang on there. And then the skid plate's going to come up underneath it, and then you'll be able to run the bolt up through with the welded nut to keep the skid plate in place. To help you with getting the skid plate and keeping the skid plate in location, we're going to include 4 of these. These brackets are temporary, unpowder coated, temporary brackets. You're going to put your skid plate up into position. You can use like a ratchet strap method where you use the ratchet straps to lift it. You use a floor jack. That's what we're going to do today. We're just going to set it on a floor jack, use the floor jack to lift the skid plate up into place. Once you get it up there, you can slide these in all 4 corners. That will let you get your straps out of the way or your jack out of the way and hold the skid plate up there for you to then get these into position and get the bolts started in. After the skid plate is bolted in, you can take these and throw them out. Now this skid plate's going to work on the T474 with a cab, without a cab, with a backhoe, and without a backhoe. You got the backhoe over here behind us. Now we can put the skid plate on and then take the backhoe on and off whenever we want. We don't need to touch it. When you're putting the backhoe back on the machine and your skid plate's on there, it's actually gonna help protect those things down there. You know, all of your brackets and everything, so that subframing can't come up too high and run into something. So it actually makes installing your backhoe just a little bit easier, a little bit safer, a little bit nicer. Let's go ahead and move you a little closer, get you in here. We'll show you how we're gonna get this up into position. We'll get this thing installed and we'll get you back on your way. Now that we're down here, you can see we've got to work around that backhoe subframing in the back. Some tractors are not gonna have that, but it should still fit down and underneath it. We'll get these brackets put into place. Like I said, these just come up here and they hang on this framing. This framing is where we're going to attach that skid plate to. So one of these goes towards the back and one of them is going to go towards the front. We can slide this thing around once the skid plate's in there and get our holes lined up. We also have this bracket. And how this is going to work is it's going to slide in like this. When the skid plate's in there, if you don't have something holding it up and you have to put it up by hand and you push it up, you can have someone else slide these in place to hold the skid plate up, and then you can adjust everything and get everything lined up perfectly. Go ahead and slide the skid plate in. Now using a floor jack to slide this in. Now this is just barely going to fit in here. It's going to come up and you're going to need to, if you have a backhoe, you're going to need to make sure you clear your backhoe mount on the front, and then we can slide it forward. Like I said, it's just to slide it over, and then you could set this down and get your jack right out of here if you needed to. But the holes are slotted left and right, and these brackets that we installed will slide forward and back. So at this point, we can line up our holes and get our bolts in place. Now we don't want to tighten this yet. What we'll want to do is get all 4 bolts started, and then we can get the jack out of there. Just let it hang on the mounts, and then we'll make sure that everything's centered and we like how it's sitting in position, and then we can tighten these 4 bolts up. And then we'll just take an impact gun or a wrench and a ratchet, and we'll slowly tighten these. We'll make sure that we're happy with everything, and we'll give them a final snug. In the intro, I mentioned that there was going to be 4 of those hanging brackets. There's actually 6. I only grabbed 4 of them, but there's 2 more that go in the center. So there's 1 in each corner, and then 2 in the center. Now that we have this where we like it, and the one side over there is tightened, we can tighten up this side. Now our skid plate is installed and tight. I'll grab 2 more of those brackets and install them right here. I just didn't grab them off the shelf, but it will be coming with 6 instead of 4. But even with 4, there's no rattle in here. Everything's nice and tight to that tubing. With this curving up and being welded, it kind of protects from anything getting jammed up underneath here, at least the best that we can. So with all of this, the skid plate is fully installed and does not need to be removed unless we need to do any kind of like maintenance or repair on the machine.